Hey yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Ace. This is Fantasized Football. We are back once again, bringing y'all some more fantasy football content for the 2021 fantasy football season. And I'm here today to bring y'all my favorite trade targets for week 4 of the 2021 fantasy football season, and obviously my sell high of the week as well. But before we get into that, we got something to talk about real quick. Because obviously we had a special guest on the channel yesterday. If you haven't seen that, make sure you go check out my short from yesterday, because I had a very, very good personal friend of mine come in and do a little something for y'all. So if you guys did enjoy that, please let me know down in the comments, because I would love to bring him back again soon. If you would like to see more content coming from the one and only The Big Shot. But he even actually left us a little present for my boy back here. I don't know if you can notice, but he dropped the gold chain for my boy. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, before we get into the trade targets, did want to give a quick shout out to each and every one of y'all that come by on a weekly basis, showing your boy some love and support, helping the channel grow, leaving likes, dropping comments, subscribing to the channel. It really, honestly means the world to me. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are here together now. And if you do enjoy this video at any point, make sure that you leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Help me hit the gusto, baby. We going for a nickel. 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the fantasy football season. I would really appreciate any and all help sharing, subscribing, leaving likes, comments, helping the YouTube algorithm get boosted. It really would mean the world to me. And another little sidebar, I just want to let y'all know, I'm going to try to cool it on the swearing, right? Because YouTube doesn't like the swearings. So we're not going to be swearing. So if I get a little stupid, if I stutter, if I go blank for a second, or I spit out some stupid words or whatever, it's just because I'm trying to be a good boy. All right? So bear with me. Now, anyways, let's get right into it, because we have a lot to talk about today. We got a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and my sell high of the week. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video to hear who my sell high of the week is this week. But let's get right into it and start with our quarterback trade target of the week, which is going to be Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams. Now, Matt Stafford is off to a very hot start to the season. So this isn't going to be kind of like a buy low here. You're going to have to pay a relatively high price for Matthew Stafford, but he's off to an absolutely phenomenal start with 942 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception through the first 3 games of the season. This LA Rams offense looks absolutely unbelievable. Stafford is fitting right into the Sean McVay system. He's connecting with Cooper Kupp a lot. You know, these guys are going to. See, there it is. I almost said it, but I didn't. They're going to breakfast together, this and that. They're getting along great, man. You know, I really wish I had a Cooper Kupp in my life. I wish I had a Cooper Kupp. Anyways. But yes, Matt Stafford is connecting in this offense. He's fitting right in, and he seems very comfortable right off the bat. So I think it is worth paying the high price that probably the Matt Stafford manager will be asking for in order to get him. And here's why. Like I said, he has been great, but then on top of that, his next 6 games are all great matchups. He has Arizona, Seattle, the Giants, Detroit, Houston, and Tennessee. So he's going to be on a good stretch. He should be able to continue the momentum he has had. He played great last week against a tough Tampa Bay defense. I mean, Tampa Bay's secondary is kind of junk, but regardless, Matt Stafford has looked great. He's got great matchups coming up. So if you need help at the quarterback position, I would be looking to try to target Matt Stafford in trades this week. Now, moving on from the quarterback position, we're going to move over to the running back position. And the first player I have to talk about, it is relatively unfortunate, but it is Christian McCaffrey of the Carolina Panthers. Now, McCaffrey obviously got injured here in week 3, but it's a hamstring It's a hamstring injury that I'm not very concerned about, right? He should be able to bounce back from this in a couple of weeks. Hell, he might only miss 1 week, right? And we know Christian McCaffrey's upside. He's a league-winning type of player. If you look at weeks 1 and weeks 2, he had 45 rush attempts, 170 yards rushing, 1 touchdown, and added 15 targets, 14 catches, and 154 yards receiving. elite. Carolina has been a well-oiled machine to start the season, given they've had some tough matchups. So when McCaffrey is back, he should slot right back into the role that he had. I mean, Matt Rule has been a little conservative, as evidenced by last season when McCaffrey was a little banged up. But with Carolina being at 3-0, I think he's going to want to get McCaffrey back ASAP. And when he does come back, week 6 through 8, we're looking at the Vikings, the Giants, and Atlanta after that. So if you're starting off strong, go out and try to get McCaffrey. I mean, if you're in an 0-3 start, it's kind of tough to do this because you're probably going to have to take it on the chin a little bit until McCaffrey comes back. But I do think he is worth going out there and paying the price that you have to get Christian McCaffrey, because obviously with him out for the next couple of weeks, whoever the Christian McCaffrey manager is going to want to win games. So they are probably going to be at least open to trades, right, for Christian McCaffrey while he is not going to be on the field. So at least explore the options. But if you're not feeling McCaffrey, I do have another good option for you guys, and that is going to be Joe Mixon of the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, this one is what I like to call risque. Very risque, because Joe Mixon is a scary fantasy football player. He's burned a lot of us in the past. Hell, I got burn marks all over my body from Joe Mixon in the past because I have been a Joe Mixon truther. But he's averaging nearly 25 opportunities per game over these first 3 games. And that's what we love to see. If you were following the channel in the offseason, or if you're new to the channel, I'll let you know now. I always prioritize volume because volume is eventually going to turn into fantasy points. He's coming off 2 relatively disappointing fantasy weeks, so the price on Joe Mixon is going to be a little bit lower right now. So I think now is a good time to go out there and see what the price is, see if you can get your hands on Joe Mixon if you're needy at the running back position. And his next 3 matchups, he has Jacksonville, Green Bay, and Detroit. 3 matchups that should be good for him, where he should be getting close to 20 opportunities, if not a few more, in all of those matchups, and he should be able to capitalize on those opportunities. Hopefully he's getting those valuable touches that he has been. He has been the workhorse for this team so far. So the 2 running backs I would be out targeting this week would be Christian McCaffrey and Joe Mixon. Now, moving on from running back, we're going to go over to wide receiver, and this one pains me. Do you guys know Allen Robinson, Chicago Bears? Do it. If you're an Allen Robinson manager, don't sell. Do not sell. But if you're not an Allen Robinson manager, go out there and become an Allen Robinson manager. Buy. Slow start to the season for Allen Robinson, but he's averaging 7 targets a game, and I expect that volume to go up throughout the season. He's a 150 target guy if he's healthy, right? That's what we're going to see. For what it's worth, Matt Nagy is just a horrible play caller, and also, for what it's worth, I mean, the odds for Matt Nagy to be the first coach to be fired, at least where I am right now, is like negative 115. So, take that with a grain of salt. Matt Nagy is either going to have to turn things around or he is going to get turned out. You know what I'm saying? So, I think Allen Robinson is a good guy to try to buy on. Justin Fields had a very, very tough first game, but he was playing against Cleveland as well. So hopefully Justin Fields looks a little better next week. They have some good matchups coming up as well. He has Detroit, Las Vegas, and Green Bay the next 3 games, and I expect them to try to get Allen Robinson going. He hasn't really been able to get going to start this year, and these 3 matchups are great opportunities in order for him to do that. Matt Nagy's going to want to rely on a focal point of his offense, probably Robinson, a little bit of David Montgomery in order to keep his freaking stinking job. I stopped myself. I almost did it. I didn't do it. YouTube, I did not say it. I was saying something else. I said puck, miss. Puck. With a P. Puck. So yes, I would be out trying to get my hands on Allen Robinson now because he's an elite talent at the position, and eventually he is going to regress to his mean. Now, the other wide receiver I want to talk about is DJ Moore of the Carolina Panthers. Now, this is nothing like Allen Robinson because you are definitely not buying low on DJ Moore because he has been absolutely phenomenal to start the season. No less than 8 targets, 6 catches, and 79 yards to start the season. Through the first 3, he's at 11 and 12 targets respectively over the last 2 games. He seems to be kind of melding in well with Sam Darnold right now, which is great. He's looking like the clear number 1. Robbie Anderson, Sam Darnold had a pass together, so I kind of was a little nervous on DJ Moore that maybe Sam Darnold would gravitate more than Robbie Anderson, but hell, I couldn't have been more wrong. DJ Moore is clearly the number 1 in this offense. Sam Darnold's top target. And like I mentioned with McCaffrey, this Panthers offense has looked good, given they've had some easy matchups, but they have looked good, and DJ Moore has been a main benefactor. And now Christian McCaffrey is out of the picture for at least a week, probably 2 weeks. That means more opportunity for everyone else, including DJ Moore. So maybe we see him still in this 10 to 12 target range while McCaffrey is out. I wouldn't expect that throughout the whole season. I mean, that would be like a 160, 170 target pace where he's at right now. But regardless, I think DJ Moore is a great guy to go out and try to trade for right now. He's got a matchup with Dallas upcoming in week 4. So he should be in a shootout this game. Carolina, Dallas, it should be a lot of pass volume on both ends of the ball. So I would be looking to grab DJ Moore if you can. If the price is not too high, I would not go crazy, but I do think he is worth paying for because he is the clear alpha in a pass-heavy offense. Now, those are our wide receivers. Allen Robinson, DJ Moore. Let's move on to the tight end and then get to the sell high of the week, baby. So, listen, we're going to move over to the tight end, and it's TJ Hopkinson of the Detroit Lions. He started off very, very, very hot for the Lions, was the clear alpha target getter in this offense through the first 2 weeks, but then last week, very, very disappointing with only 2 targets against the Ravens. But I expect them more often than not have Hopkinson heavily, heavily involved. I could see Hopkinson this year being somewhere in that 130 to 140 target range. He's been a lot better as well. You know, he's been, his first 2 games, he looked absolutely great. Even though he only got 2 targets last week, he did catch them both at least. So that's good to see. You know what I mean? So listen, with the Lions as well, this is going to be a pass-happy offense. They're not going to be a very good team. We've seen this. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot. Maybe the touchdowns aren't there as much for Hopkinson as they may be for some of the other elite tight ends, but he could make up for it in terms of target volume because this team is going to have to throw the ball a lot if they want to try to be competitive. And like we always say, volume is king. We want to get the volume. Hopkinson has been a red zone threat for Goff as well in the first few weeks. Obviously not last week, but regardless, that is fine. I would be going out and trying to get your hands on TJ Hopkinson because the position is just so bleak. There's just not a lot of guys out there that you can start on a weekly basis and feel confident in. Yes, are there going to be games like what we just saw last week with the Ravens? Yeah, but that could be said for anyone. So go out and try to get your hands on Hopkinson. He's got a tough matchup this week with Chicago, but then after that, he goes against Minnesota and Cincinnati. 2 games where I expect him to be very, very productive. So my tight end trade target of this week is going to be TJ Hopkinson of the Detroit Lions. Now, moving on to the sell high of the week, baby boys and baby girls. Now, this one was actually tough for me this week. It really was. I was having trouble putting my finger on who I wanted my sell high of the week to be. But I chose Chase Claypool of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, he saw 15 targets in week 3. 15. But keep in mind, Deontay wasn't there. Juju got banged up. Hell, Najee Harris saw 19 targets last week. Najee, a running back, 19 targets. Darren Waller got 19 targets in week 1. 19. And I expect that when Deontay's healthy, he's going to be the number 1 in this offense. Juju's going to get his. We're going to see the tight ends get a little bit. Najee's probably going to be getting his now because he was effective on his gosh dang 19 targets. Did you like that, YouTube? Gosh dang. Gosh dang. But yeah, there's a lot of mouths to feed in this offense. Big Ben has not looked great either. So I think now would be a good time to kind of try to move on from Claypool, kind of get off of him while his stock is high after a huge, huge, huge week in terms of volume. I know I always say volume's king, but like I was just kind of alluding to, Deontay's going to get his. He is going to be the target leader on this team when he is healthy. Ben absolutely loves him. Juju's going to get some. Najee, Fairmouth came on a little bit last week. You got Eric Ebron too, who'll probably get a few here and there. So there's just a lot of mouths to feed. So I'd be looking to move on from Chase Claypool now after a big week 3. So that is my sell high of the week. Let's go through this real quick. Quarterback, Matt Stafford of the LA Rams. Running backs, Christian McCaffrey of the Carolina Panthers. Joe Mixon of the Cincinnati Bengals. Wide receivers, my boy, Allen Robinson of the Chicago Bears, DJ Moore of the Carolina Panthers, TJ Hopkinson of the Detroit Lions as my trade targets, and then my sell high of the week is going to be Chase Claypool. But that is it. That is all there is. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're going for the gusto, the nickel, 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the fantasy football season. I would appreciate any and all help getting there. Likes, comments, shares, subscribbles, whatever it may be, I would really, really appreciate it. Drop me your favorite trade targets in the comments below. Let me know some trades you've made or some trades you're thinking about doing. I would love to have some feedback from y'all. And make sure you let me know, too, what you thought of my boy, the Big Shot, coming out and pulling up on you guys. Let me know what you thought if you want to see more of him moving forward. Maybe we'll do a whole video with Big Shot. I'll bring him in to do a whole video. Unfortunately, he only works alone, though, so I can't be in the video with him. I know it stinks, but it is what it is. It's okay. Well, at least we can have him. He's a fun guy to have around. No? Yeah. He is. But I think I did a good job today staying off the F-bombs and the S-bombs and the everything bombs. So that's going to be the norm moving forward because I want the YouTube to like me because I like the YouTube and we love each other, right? Listen, ELE, right? So I'm done. Me, my boy, we are out for today. We will catch y'all next time. And as always, thank you, love you, peace.